Hi, I'm Daniel Lucas, and welcome to Book 101 Review. Book 101 is all about the books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. He is a CEO and managing partner, ASP, helping local brands scale through smart marketing and real relationships and strategic use of AI, no other than Mr. Joel Keith. Fabulous, fabulous, Mr. Joel. And can you please introduce more about yourself?
Yep. So as you said, I'm the CEO and managing partner of ASP. We're a full-service digital marketing agency focusing mostly on local businesses and home service professionals. Doing marketing on and off for probably the better part of 10 or 12 years now. But I started my own marketing firm about 5 or 6 years ago now. Built that up and then eventually was acquired by where I am now at ASP.
Mr. Joel Keith, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. So let's talk about scaling local brands through smart marketing, authentic relationships, and strategic AI designed to uncover actionable strategies and avoid hype. How does the marketing strategy fundamentally differ from local brands versus the national chains when scaling?
Yeah, so usually the local brands, smaller mom and pop shop owned, owner operated kind of businesses come into their first hurdle when, as they're scaling, they've themselves have been in the business so long, they are the skilled, professional, and then they have to turn around and learn how to do business. And inside of that, they have to learn how to manage finances, they have to learn how to market, they have to learn how to be a team leader, to grow a team, hire the right people, and that becomes quite overwhelming. Whereas national brands, they've got big budgets, they can spend money, they can blow money if they need to, they can test out all the different marketing initiatives, they can hire the C-suite executives that come in and already know what they're doing. So with local businesses, you have to be a lot more strategic. There's a lot that they don't know that you kind of have to help guide them along the way. So the way that we approach working with local businesses is a true partnership, not just a service provider or a vendor of the company. We have long-term retention with a lot of our clients because we take the time to actually teach them marketing fundamentals, marketing basics, how it impacts their industry. As new stuff comes out, as we're seeing with AI and generative engine optimizations, that this is all stuff now that as the marketing world is learning it, we're passing that information on to our clients and saying, this is where the world is going now. This is how your customers are now changing how they search and find you. So we need to adapt as well. And, pulling the whole strategy together and saying, here's the why, and this is what it's going to take to get there based on, what we currently know about new trends.
Very well said, Mr. Joel. Very well said. And why do deeply rooted community relationships become your biggest competitive advantage when scaling beyond your hometown?
Yeah, we see this a lot in the home service professionals. You definitely see this a lot with plumbers, HVAC, and we're starting to see it a lot more with electricians and roofers. As private equity over the past 5 or 6 years has really come in and started doing a number on some of these major metro cities across the U.S. They'll come in, they'll find someone who's been doing well, they hand them a huge check, they buy into their company, they spend a bunch of money on marketing, and they start to run out the little guys. So the little guys have a hard time competing. But the difference is when private equity comes in and buys one of these larger trades businesses and they start expanding, they lose the personal touch with the customer. They don't understand a lot of the time, like they understand the demographic and they understand the market, but they don't necessarily always understand the community. So that's where if you've you live in and you've grown up inside of that community, being able to push that button and say like, hey, I've been here. We've lived in, Phoenix Valley for 25 years, and I know the neighborhoods, and I know like how it differs between other places. I know why your home or your unit's experiencing this issue. Like, they have the deep-rooted understanding of the community itself to then add that personal touch. Doing community involvement. We have clients of ours that, a lot of the work that they get is referral based because they're in community programs. They're part of chambers. They're doing mentorship programs with Girl Scouts or, young entrepreneurs and things like that. And because of that personal touch point, they're able to make a bigger impact inside of their community, and they continue to grow that way.
What's your framework for turning casual local customer into passionate brand ambassadors?
Yeah, so it's a matter of mapping out the customer journey. How are they finding you? Once they find you, how do we get them from that point all the way to becoming raving fans of your business? And the way you do that is, again, like we talked about, having that personal touch point, saying like, hey, I'm in the community. I know these areas. I know these people. I know these neighborhoods, and connecting with them as a person and not just another receipt number. Having them walk through the journey of, when they first discover your brand, their first interaction, when they are on your website, what is their experience? When they submit a contact form or they call, are they getting a IVR phone system, or are they getting a person on the other end of that line? And then that interaction they have with them. Are you on time to your job? Did you complete the job in the first trip? Did they have a good experience? Did they leave a good review? So finding all those little levers to start pulling, like by themselves, are small percentages, but if you continue to pull those levers one after another, those small percentages start to add up, and that's what gets people bought into you as a business.
Mr. Joel, share an example of how a local brand leverages its region's story honors personality to gain original traction.
Sorry, say that one more time for me.
Share an example of how a local brand leverages its region or its story honors personality to gain regional traction.
Yeah, so testimonials is a huge part, especially in home service businesses, especially in local businesses. Testimonials are a huge part of what can continue to drive traffic to your business. So whether it's you're a retail shop, or whether you're actually going out to someone's home to provide a service, the testimonials are what everyone is researching before they contact you. So a lot of times, the businesses that we work with have taken for granted just how crucial it is just to get Google reviews. Not only from a practical standpoint of people want to see reviews and hear what other people's experiences was before they contact you, but also for the actual digital marketing aspect of it. It affects how you rank in Google. For local businesses, for home service professionals, local SEO is a huge part of gaining organic traffic, showing up in that map pack in Google search result page. That's a huge part of what drives traffic to your website. So getting those reviews not only provides credibility to you as a business, but it also helps you rank better, so you're more likely to be found.
Mr. Joel, what affordable AI tools deliver the highest ROI for resources trapped local brands?
I would say the one that you use properly. There's a ton
For
of AI
sure.
tools out there, and I think that a lot of them are great. I don't know that I've necessarily come across an AI tool that I'm like, oh, this is terrible. I think they're all kind of based on the same foundation or the same programs. It's just a matter of how you apply them to your business. You can do a lot with AI now. You can do everything from writing content for your website and your social media and blogs and all that stuff, to doing something as simple as like just helping you think through problems in a different brain, essentially. Internally, we use it for all kinds of different things. Not only do we help create content, but it also helps create standard operating procedures. It helps us create and work through marketing strategies for specific clients. It helps us do client research. It helps us do competitor research, SEO suggestions of like different areas in which we can do better on certain marketing strategies. Like, there's a ton of things that you could utilize it for outside of marketing. But even if you only use AI inside of marketing, like, you can do quite a bit. And I mean, ChatGPT is free. Thought is free. Perplexity, I believe, has a free version as well. So get in, learn the LLM, figure out how it works best for your business and how it works best for you, and then take advantage of it.
Very well said again, Mr. Joel. Beautifully articulated. And where do local brands most dangerously misuse AI?
I think when they go to create content for their website, and they'll say, use a prompt that just says, I need, words for my website for, X service, whatever that service is. And they just copy and paste whatever ChatGPT spits out, and then they throw it on their website, and they think, hey, I've got AI content now. Actually going through and learning how to properly engineer prompts specific to your business, specific for a task, is quite crucial. So I would say, don't just grab an AI tool and then copy and paste whatever it spits out. Like, you actually have to kind of mold and manipulate it to make sure that it fits your guidelines for your brand.
Indeed. Mold it, people. Mold it. What one marketing channel typically delivers 80% of results for scaling local services?
I would say one that definitely gets taken for granted is that local SEO. If you are a service provider and you have a larger service area across multiple cities, you need to be taking advantage of creating multiple pages on your website. Taking advantage of whatever services you offer that is combined with a local city or keyword, a geographical area, to help you better rank for that. Between that and then just making sure your Google business page is properly updated and your name, address, and phone number is consistent across online directories. Those simple things right there, a lot of that you can do yourself. A lot of it you can do pretty cheaply by hiring a freelancer, or a marketing agency can take it for you and do that as well. But that in itself could make a huge impact, and it doesn't require ad spend ongoing.
Mr. Joel, as a CEO and managing partner, ASP, and helping local brands, what are your short-term and long-term goals?
For our marketing agency?
Yes.
Yeah, so we just brought on another partner, so definitely growing the business, increasing the amount of customers that we have and clients that we have. We have a couple initiatives that we're really excited about. We're actually launching and finalizing our launching of a joint venture. So we will act as our own private equity firm to go in and help small businesses or medium-sized businesses scale their business. So working with the owner directly and putting the right processes and systems in place to help them increase their revenue significantly. And then in doing so, may be able to turn around and buy into the business, or actually buy businesses, scale them, and then turn around and sell them.
Good luck to your goals, Mr. Joel, and looking forward for more and more success. What would be your piece of advice for those people out there who want to be like you?
Oh man, if you want to be like me, you should aim higher. That would be my advice for you.
Yes, aim higher, people. Set your goals and stop procrastinating. If you have something to share to the world, share. Like Mr. Joel. As you scale, how do you continuously audit whether AI or automation is enhancing, not eroding customer relationships?
Yeah, it's a great question. I would say that, AI erosion is it's a very fine line. I would say that AI is getting into the place now where people are really, really trying to build these AI agents to handle sales and customer calls. And I think that is the clear, distinct line that you're going to start losing a lot of people. I've seen applications, I've heard of applications and where it's been extremely effective as far as like maybe admission rates or conversion rates. I would say there's very distinct areas to use it. I mean, IVR phone systems have been around for a long time. Automated phone systems have been around a long time. So I think there's an element that people are used to. And, probably 10, 15 years from now, when there's a lot more AI sales calls, people might be a little bit more open to it. But as of now, if you want to build a local brand, I would say stay away from AI sales calls, have an actual person do it, someone that's local to your area, someone that understands your service area or, whatever city you're in that you're serving, whether it's service-based or whether it's, storefront, retail, or anything like that. Stay away from the sales calls. You can utilize AI in other ways. You can use it for, appointments, setting appointments, rescheduling, canceling appointments. Utilize it again in your marketing. Utilize it to take care of tasks that are being done every day, simple data entry. Utilize AI for things like that to enhance your team, not replace it.
Mr. Joel, how did a local retailer use AI-driven inventory forecasting to reduce waste 30% while expanding?
Yeah, I mean, this goes back to, to what we were talking about with our systems. So we had a client of ours, started working with them on some AI implementations and, being able to, again, just the simple data entry day to day, pulling data into Excel files or pulling data from one program and putting it into another. Implementing those AI automations into those systems, plus doing automations for review requests. So actually getting Google review requests automated to be sent to the customer after the job has been completed. That in itself dramatically increased the amount of reviews they got, which dramatically shot up the ranking for their Google business, which in turn shot up how well they were ranking locally, which in turn led to a lot more organic local SEO rankings, which brought in more clients. So percentage of time saved is great, but the ultimate ripple effect that happened was they were able to get more leads from it.
How do you strategically collaborate with the other local businesses to share audience growth?
Yes, I think that, depending on the industry you're in, you can utilize other businesses to essentially, as you share an audience or have complementary services, you look at referral programs, sending business back and forth to one another. For example, we have a client of ours who's a home inspector, and we're in a long process, but we're in the process of building a referral-based program. So then as people get their home inspection done and they say, oh, this house I want to buy, I'm going to buy it, but I need all of these different things. I need a new roof, or I need a new water heater, or this needs new floor, or whatever. Having this kind of a concierge program that they can call the home inspector and say, hey, thanks for the inspection. Thanks for all the notes. Do you have any contacts for these services? You can turn around and give out those contacts. And now you can send business back and forth to one another, to these other services to help, support other people that are in your area. But then also making sure that your customer gets good work done and you look like a hero because you were able to bring them a solution to all their problems.
Yes, indeed. And what the first financial metric a local brand must master before expanding geographically?
I would say you really need to understand the overall P&L of your business, your overall profits and loss. Like if you don't truly understand all of your cost of goods, you don't truly understand, how much income can you make from every single, technician that you have, who's performing and who's underperforming. Like things like that need to be understood you need to understand your income and your outgoing before you even take a look at trying to expand into multiple locations.
Very well said, Mr. Jake. But before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in 5th season, abstract poetry in 2nd season, and my book 101 review in 5th season too. Comedy 101 in 2nd season, and food 101 in 5th season as well. Geography 101 in its 4th season, and my baby podcast Law 101 and Mental Health 101 Love Letters in the 3rd season, and my movie 101 review and music 101 in its 4th season, and Science 101 and Sex 101 in its 4th season. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. And Mr. Keith, what's one, or Mr. Joel Keith, what's one action a local business owner can take this week to start scaling smarter?
Yeah, I would say go fix your Google business profile because it's probably neglected. Make sure all the information is filled out properly, your hours are updated, your address is correct, your name is correct, your phone number is correct, and make sure that you fill out all of the different parts of the profile. Put in your service offerings and the descriptions and all of that stuff. That's a really important thing that a lot of local businesses ignore.
Mr. Joel Keith, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. So can you please invite our listeners to support your business, your advocacy, or any projects that you're doing right now?
Yeah, if you're in need of digital marketing services, you can always contact us at info@aspbranding.com. If you want to just watch more information on YouTube about how you can make some updates and changes to rank better locally, we post a ton of helpful videos on our YouTube channel. It's just Atomic Souls Productions on YouTube.
Yes, people, let's support Mr. Joel Keith, because if you support him, more and more and more empowering business to come, more and more empowering advocacy to come. So, Mr. Joel, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
More to come, people. See you soon.